Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Judith Patterson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Texas, and today is the first day of Sale-a-bration. I'm really excited about this. So here's our Sale-a-bration brochure, and I'll show you a little bit about what's in that. But it's also the first day of our new mini catalog. Y'all, between these two, I'm gonna go broke, basically, because I want everything in here. But I can't do that. I'm gonna have to be choosy. But oh my goodness, there's so many good things, it's hard to know where to start. So if you don't know about Sale-a-bration, Sale-a-bration is this wonderful time of year in Stampin' Up! Where we get these brochures that are full of free items. So to get the free item, you have to make a qualifying purchase, but you get to choose which item you want. And you can get more than one if you buy enough, basically. So the way it works is in the US, if you spend $50, you can choose an item out of here that is free with a $50 purchase. And you can see, let's see, where's the camera? These little circles, they say what the qualifying purchase is. So most things are $50. Some things are $100. So if you're buying $50 worth of stuff anyway, then you get to choose a $50 item out of this. And if you are buying $100 worth of stuff anyway, you can choose a $100 item out of this. And the $100 items, they're fabulous. Like I got this right away because it's so pretty. I love these colors. And the stamp set is amazing. The papers are gorgeous. But you get both. You get the stamp set and the coordinating designer series paper. It's really hard for me to do things backwards. But you get them both if you make a $100 order and decide that this is the free thing that you want. Sale-a-bration only runs January and February, so there's just a little bit of time to get these items. And the awesome thing is, so say you make a $150 order. Well, $150 order is enough to be, it qualifies as a host order also. So you'll get to choose 2 or 3 $50, or I guess it would be 1 or 3 $50 items. If you went with one $50 item, you'd also get one $100 item. See what I'm saying? Like it all has to add up. But then you would also get the host benefits for making a $150 purchase. So you could get with a friend and do that. You could have a party. That would be fun and do that. And parties can be done on Facebook. And you can just stock up. That's what I do. Actually, what I do is look at the mini catalog and decide what I need out of there. So today's project, let's jump to that. Today's project is a little different from what I usually do. We are going to, first I'm going to show you how to make some like tissue paper filler stuff from tissue paper. See, it's just the messy stuff that goes inside of, like, say, a cellophane bag to hide what your gift is or to pretty it up. So we're going to do that real quick. And then we're also going to talk about how to package up some small gift things and make a tag topper for a cellophane bag. So let me switch the camera around and we'll get started doing that. Okay, so you want to begin by getting out a piece of tissue paper. And this is just like regular gift packaging tissue paper. Fold it a few times and then get your scissors and cut off just around the edges. And you can go ahead and keep these pieces too and use those as well. But just trim around the edge of each side. And then once you do that, you're going to take that piece, and sometimes, it depending on how big your tissue paper is, sometimes you'll need to do it in 2 groups. But you can pull it out and then put it through the shredder. And after running it through your paper shredder, you end up with all these little pieces. And I just use a normal office household little paper shredder to do this. So you'll just pull apart all the pieces and kind of make a mess and get it all floofy. And you can pull in another color as well. So I'd already done the pink, and so I just pulled it up to make it floof up a little bit better. And I just had fun mixing it all up and kind of making a big mess. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. But what I'm going to do is put that in a cellophane bag. And we sell these cellophane bags. They are 6 by 8 inches, open at the top. And you can just create a topper to go on top of them. So this piece of thick basic white cardstock is cut 4 inches by 6 inches and then scored at 2 inches. So I'm going to use that. And then this is a piece of designer series paper from Sunshine and Rainbows 6x6 DSP. It's in the Sale-a-bration catalog. So it is an item that you can get with a $50 purchase. You get it for free. It is beautiful colors, beautiful patterns, and there's a lot of patterns. So I love this DSP. It is so fun and happy, and you can do so many different things with this. I think you get 48 sheets and all these different designs. And of course, designer series paper is almost always double-sided, and this is as well. So I've cut the paper 2 inches by 6 inches. I'm just going to put some liquid glue on the back, and I did have a hard time trying to decide which side to use because they're both so pretty and so fun. But in the end, I went with the pool party on the front, and I left the straps hidden. But I'm going to have to use this paper again to use the other side for sure. So just make sure your edges line up on this and smooth it out, and you're good to go. So then the next thing that I'm going to do is grab a scrap of basic white cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and get my otter stamp from Awesome Otters. This is also a Sale-a-bration product. And I'm making sure here that the layering circles dies are going to fit around the otter. So I just want to make sure that I get one that's big enough to go around the otter and that I have a big enough scrap of basic white cardstock. Aren't those cute? I'm really excited about these little guys. I always like it when we have fun critters to stamp with. So I'm just inking it up with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And then I'm going to get a nice crisp image in the middle of that basic white cardstock. Okay, so here's my little otter nice and stamped. So I'm going to use cinnamon cider and the light basic black to color this guy. And these are Stampin' blends. So I'm starting with the light Stampin' blend, and I'm just going to color his belly here. Okay, then I'm going to go to the dark blend and color the rest of it. Okay, so sometimes I use several, like I'll go over it several times with the blend to make it nice and dark, and sometimes I just go over once, just depending on how big of a hurry I'm in, how much time I have, and how I'm feeling that day, basically. There's really no set thing that determines how I color this guy. Or like that, I just messed up a little bit and colored outside the lines, which is not what I had planned. And I'm having issues with my microphone, so I've started and stopped a couple of times too, which has made things a little weird. So just gonna go ahead and go over him a little bit more. So right here, I've gone outside the lines a little bit. So I'm just gonna use my color lifter and lift a little bit of that color off, so it's not so obvious. And then right here, I'm just gonna color him another shade darker where I accidentally added some color that I didn't mean to. There we go. And then just color his nose real quick. Okay. So now I'm going to take that layering circle die and my mini stamp cut and emboss machine. I'll move it to where you can see. Y'all, there are so many good, well, not good, great products in this Sale-a-bration brochure and the mini catalog. It was hard to decide which one to start with when I was ordering, and it was hard to decide which one to start with whenever I decided to create this video today. So if you want to see more, my Lanta, I did that with the wrong one. This one's supposed to be the smooth scallop. So, easily fixable. I just put the smooth one over it, and there we go. Perfect. And now I'm going to use that big scallop to cut out the polished pink scrap of cardstock. So what I was saying is, if you want to see more of the Sale-a-bration and mini catalog items, my mini catalog launch is still going on. I'm ending it tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So it's on a Facebook group, and if you would like to join in, of course you can see everything that's already been posted, and I'll be going live again later today and tomorrow in the group, just showing you some more of the Sale-a-bration and mini catalog things that are available now. I'll leave the link for that down below in the description. So of course, I'm just using my liquid glue again. Stick this guy on the circle. Then I'm going to grab that scrap of basic white and the birthday hat, because everybody needs a birthday hat, even otters. Sorry about that. I keep putting my arm right under the camera. All right, so now I'm going to grab my dark pool party blend and color the pieces between these circles on the party hat. Then I'm going to grab my dark polished pink Stampin' blend and color the poofy thing at the top of the hat. Sure, this has a more technical name than poofy thing, but I don't know what it is. If you know what it is, leave it in the comments. What's that called? And I'm coloring the circles. Then I'm going to grab my paper snips that I think I covered up. Yep, I did. I covered up with all that tissue paper a while ago. Let's clear some room, shall we? Okay, so now I'm going to just fussy cut around this hat. And I'm going to cut pretty close. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I cut further away. But this one I'm going to trim pretty close. And I'm going to show you how to make it look a little bit more finished on the edges when you cut in close like this. And sometimes I cut even closer than what I'm cutting right now. But I'm on camera and I do weird things on camera, so I'd probably just chop that poofy thing right off the top if I tried to cut any closer. I just know myself too well. Going around. Okay, so now I'm going to take that black Stampin' blend and I'm going to do the brush end of it. Where's my camera? There it is. So I'm using the brush end and I'm going to go around the edge of this hat. There we go. Looking good. Then we're almost finished. Except I almost forgot a little important thing. So that scrap of polished pink, grabbing that again, and my Memento ink. And I'm gonna stamp "It's birthday time" right on this. And then I'm just going to use my snips again and just trim around the sentiment. I'm going to use mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Just going to grab 3 of them. And I'm going to put them right here like he's holding it. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the liquid glue to the bottom half of the hat. Boy, I'm wild today. Did you see that? That just flew from over there. Okay. Then I'm going to put the hat right on the otter. Isn't it cute? So then I'm going to grab my normal size Stampin' Dimensionals. And again, I'm just using 3. Put 1 on each side and kind of lower middle if you want to. I always say I use too many dimensionals, so I'm just going to go ahead and add 1 more. But you don't want to put them all the way to the top or all the way to the bottom because I did make this circle bigger than this part. So you don't want those dimensionals hanging off of your base there. There you go. It's birthday time. Isn't he cute? So then I would take my Stampin' seal and I would take my bag and I would put whatever my gift is in the bag. Okay, so this is my favorite thing to give to ladies for birthday presents. These are amazing. I discovered these after the snowpocalypse last year when we were out of electricity for a few days here in Texas because it was seriously icy cold. Like so cold that our dog's water froze in our house. It was that kind of cold. So after that, of course, we had really dry skin. And so I discovered these socks and gloves, and they are amazing. So this is one of my favorite things to give as gifts. So you can stick these in there, and I like to throw in a little cuticle stick sometimes too. Those are just handy. So throw those in there, and then grab your tissue paper. Sorry, I know this is loud. And just kind of stuff it in. Maybe pull that up a little so you can have the bottom filled up. Stuff it in. Stuff it in. You might want to do the other side as well. I'm not going to do that on camera right now because I just want to show you how this top works. So that's all nice and filled up and floofy. So then you would put Stampin' Seal on the back and get that secured on the back, and then put Stampin' Seal here and get it secured on the front, and then you have this adorable little gift bag all ready to go. So these are great for party favors, for Valentine's Day. I made 2 for Valentine's Day just playing around. So these can be really, really quick. So that one took me a few minutes. This one took me like 3 minutes. It was literally cut out the really pretty paper that I just went blank on what it's called. That is the rainbow glimmer paper that I cut out there. So it just took pulling out the stuff, die cutting 3 little scraps of that glimmer paper, stamping the Happy Valentine's Day. Like, it was fast, y'all. So fast. And then I also did this one, which was almost as fast. And this is also using the new, the Sweethearts set from the new mini catalog. It's found on page 9. I can show you this one too. Isn't that fun? So it's Sweet Conversations. The Sweethearts is something else, but it's so good. So I used these dies, and this stamp set is the Sweet Conversations bundle, and then this designer series paper is this designer series paper here. It's called Sweet Talk, and it's 12 by 12 sheets. Also, gorgeous colors. The colors, I'm just loving the colors. These are all of my favorite colors. Okay, so what do you think of that gift idea? You could also change up the color scheme some. Maybe not use so much pink. And put toy cars in this, or the little Play-Doh things. There's just so many things you could do. Fill it with candy. Make cookies and put them in their individual bags, and then fill them up with tissue paper. I don't know, that might be a little much, but just trying to think of some ideas here, y'all. Sometimes getting gifts can be challenging, especially when you're trying to get something that's going to be used and not just make clutter. And I made a mess. So before I hop off of here, I wanted to show you an example of how Sale-a-bration works. So these are most of the materials. I didn't include like glue and things like that, but I'm pointing at it and you can't see me pointing at it. I'm using my mouse, but you can't see that. So over on the side of the screen, I'm showing you what you can purchase to reach $102.75. And then of course shipping and handling and tax would be on top of that. But and these are US prices. So if you purchase those things, then you would be able to choose 2 $50 items or 1 $100 item from the Sale-a-bration catalog. So for instance, you could get the Awesome Otters stamp set that I used to make this gift topper. And you could get the 6x6 designer series paper, which is also something that I used to make this gift topper. So, of course, you can pick and choose and change things around. You don't have to do exactly what is on here. I just thought it would be fun to show you some of the things that we used for this project, and how you could earn these items for free if you did that. So I'm leaving my link in the description for my online store, for my blog, and of course for that Facebook group I told you about where I'm having a launch event for this mini catalog and Sale-a-bration brochure, because it's just such a fun time. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some great ideas, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Happy stamping.